This is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and whew boy, well, I guess it's after the past weekend, after really getting myself in for a massive treat with, of course, both Barbie and Oppenheimer. I guess I'm already taking things a bit easy right now, since after I got done with, of course, those two films, right up until the next couple of ones that I'm shooting to go see, that'll actually, that'll really catch on my eye for sure. But yeah, I think you can pretty much get the idea, of course, at that front, so yeah, and luckily enough, we're already in the month of August right now, so yeah, it seems like July has already came and went, and it looks like we're now in, of course, the month of July right now, and boy, I guess we really need that at this point, because, yeah, since after what we have gone through for sure, I think it makes sense to, of course, let things start to wind down for sure, so yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say on, of course, that front, So yeah, and of course, in regard to, of course, on my next movie I'm actually gonna go see, excuse me, so yeah, in regards to, of course, on my next movie that I'm gonna be seeing, I know I probably mentioned some time ago in one of my videos that I am slated to go see both Haunted Mansion and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for sure, and don't worry about a thing, I am definitely gonna go see those two once I actually do find the right date and time to actually go see them for sure, so don't worry about a thing, I'll be sure to, of course, talk about those two once I actually do go see it for sure. But I guess until that actually happens, I've actually decided to, of course, probably bridge the gap for sure and actually get myself caught up with, of course, probably a little bit of something from streaming for sure, so yeah, I think it's pretty much what I decided to do to help bridge the gap for sure, and yeah, I think it's what I could say, of course, the AGA front for sure, and yeah, interestingly enough, for this latest movie as of now, I think it makes sense to finally give this one a fair shot to see how it'll turn out for sure, So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could do, of course, that front, so yeah, but in case you're quite curious, I might as well go ahead and talk about it here today, so yeah, I think pretty much if anything for today's movie, I think it's about time that we probably finally get ourselves talking about this one, so yeah, I think we might as well go ahead and dive right into the latest movie that had just hit Netflix pretty much for the past few days right but now, which is none other than Ladybug and Cat Noir, the movie, or I guess in this case, Miraculous, Ladybug, and Cat Noir, the movie, so yeah, whichever you prefer for the title is, of course, what I'm going to be talking about here today is, of course, the latest movie that just dropped on Netflix not too long ago, and it's, of course, based around the TV show that you may or may not have heard of, which goes by the name of Miraculous Ladybug, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I guess before I could go ahead and talk about this movie, I think it makes sense to probably give out my little history on, of course, what I know about Miraculous Ladybug. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you actually probably may recall, I think maybe years ago actually, truth be told, I never actually knew about pretty much Miraculous Ladybug around the time it was Alga for sure, but it was recommended to me by one of my friends that I know of, Emma, to which so yeah, she actually seemed to really like the show, and it's actually really good, so yeah, pretty much years ago, I actually did manage to pretty much give it a fair shot, and yeah, pretty much if anything, I will get this out right now, I actually really do like Miraculous Ladybug for sure, yeah, literally from, of course, what I've actually seen, pretty much, I think everything from, of course, a pretty interesting story, some really incredible characters, to some brilliant animation and incredible acting. action for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Miraculous Ladybug is actually a really clever show, and I really got myself digged in, of course, what's going on for sure. Pretty much of anything, yeah, it's pretty much kind of like pretty much almost any single magical girl show that you may have, yeah, that you may or may not have know of for sure, particularly Sailor Moon for sure, So yeah, pretty much of anything, it's pretty much what I could say on, of course, the Hag front for sure, and yeah, there's no doubt in my mind the Hag, even though I even though I haven't actually seen much of the show as of now for sure, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I think it's actually a really good one that's definitely well worth checking out for sure. And of course, in regards to pretty much its English dub that's been out for some time, seeing of how the show was originated from France, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is actually really quite clever. I think it actually is quite a staple for, of course, pretty much a good number of voice actors who have actually voiced English dub versions of course, Japanese anime to actually be part of this show. In fact, I still remember even to this day that back when I went to a Retro Game Con last year, I actually got to pretty much have the privilege to officially meet Christina V, who is, of course, the voice of Marinette, aka Ladybug herself, to which, yeah, you can definitely see from, of course, those two pictures of course, me in my Ballerina Barbara cosplay with Christina V. Yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that she actually is a really nice person for sure, and yeah, who would have thought I finally got to meet her in person, and I do hope for the next convention that I'll go to, I wouldn't mind seeing her again for sure, So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say on, of course, that from my history with Miraculous Ladybug, pretty much is actually quite interesting, and if you haven't seen the show yet, I do say that you definitely should. It's definitely well worth checking out for sure, So yeah, and of course in regards to, of course, the movie that's already out right now, I mean, there's no big surprise. The Hag plans for a movie based around this show has actually been going on for some time, pretty much with one attempt wanting it to be like an anime musical, and probably, I think, one other one pretty much that has been talked about for some time before it's pretty much lost forever, is the Hag. There were plans for, of course, a possible live-action movie based around pretty much the show, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, actually does sound interesting for sure, So yeah, it actually has been circulating for some time right about now, and of course it does lead to where we are right now, and I will admit, I actually did get quite curious and excited to see how they're gonna pull this off, and see it'll actually be as good as the show for sure, So yeah. Luckily enough, I did manage to take the time and fired up Netflix to actually see this movie for myself, now that it's been out for some time for sure, So yeah, and of course, now that I've finished watching it all the way through, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got to see it? Well, I guess if anything, oh, how does one say so? So yeah, but I guess if anything, if you want me to, of course, get this out for sure, I mean, I will admit, this movie is fine. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's pretty much a good one, but thankfully it's not awful by all means. I think this movie is, of course, a fine one nonetheless. So yeah. I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, that front for sure. This movie is fine for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright, so now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure, So for starters is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and, well, I guess if anything, pretty much story-wise, okay, I mean, I will have to say, it's not bad by all means, but I do kind of wish that maybe it could have been worked out a bit to, of course, make it all the more gripping. Like, okay, yeah, I think it probably is playing out a different version of course, one of the episodes of course, the show where, of course, we actually discover the origins behind Ladybug and Cat Noir for sure, which, I mean, I will admit, it's not a bad story for sure. In fact, I think you can actually do something really clever with, of course, this manga for sure, and it will actually make it all the more gripping and interesting for sure. So yeah. Pretty much at times it actually does go that route, and I really do admire, of course, what they've actually tried to do, but other times it does kind of feel pretty much, it does kind of fall flat with what it's actually doing and actually distracting us away from giving us the cool stuff for sure. So yeah, maybe I think it could have been fixed up a whole lot more, but hey, I think it's what I could say for the story for, of course, this movie, and not only that, I do find the writing, I have to say, through the film's screenplay and stuff, honestly, to me, almost not really as gripping as I thought it would be. I mean, okay, yeah, there are some scenes that are written out very well, to which I won't go into all of them, because I don't want to, you know, go into massive spoilers for sure, but yeah. Sometimes a few scenes, like a few moments in this movie, okay, I will admit, they are actually written quite well, and I do admire, of course, the amount of effort they want to put into this one, but other times I just kind of felt that it could have been reworked a whole lot more to make it all the more gripping and interesting for sure, So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say for the story and the writing for sure. Like I said, it's not awful by all means, but I think it could have been a whole lot more stronger for, of course, what I've actually seen for sure, So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of themes in, of course, this movie, which are, for starters, the characters, and honestly, if there's one thing that does make this movie stronger to counteract with, of course, pretty much a few struggles this movie had, I mean, I will have to say, the characters, I will admit, honestly, it's pretty much what you expect for, of course, pretty much this movie. I think the characters in, of course, this movie do play out their archetypes like they are in the show, to which, yeah, I mean, I will have to say, it's not bad by all means, yeah. But still, yeah, I think they are actually fine characters for sure, and plus, pretty much of anything, it's not bad for sure, but I do think they give them some pretty good development to actually pretty much make them all the more gripping for sure. But still, yeah, could have been pretty much a whole lot more stronger to make them all the more likable and interesting. But I still like the good sense of development they actually give to all these characters for sure. So yeah, and of course, for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, honestly, yeah, I think pretty much of anything, I do think the acting, of course, this one is honestly probably pretty good for sure. I mean, yeah, I think it's not perfect for sure, and okay, yeah, there are a few, pretty much a few performances here and there that did kind of struggle a ton, but hey, I think pretty much the rest is still actually done pretty well in my opinion, and they actually really give it all they've got for sure, So yeah, I mean, I guess if anything, maybe I think with a little bit more direction, I think it would have made the acting in this movie all the more solid, but hey, I still think it is still done good nevertheless, and I think they pretty much the actors that came on board for, of course, this movie, whether it be the actors from the original French version, for sure, or, of course, pretty much the actors in its English dub. I think they still give it all they've got, and actually gave us something all the more incredible and likable for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say for, of course, the characters and the actors for sure. Yeah, and yeah, if you actually have seen this movie for yourself, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alrighty. Alright, so now that I've got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, a whole lot for sure. So for starters is, of course, the animation, and honestly, yeah, I think if there's one thing I really, really do love, and of course this movie, is that I do think the animation, and of course this movie, is honestly very well done for sure. And yeah, literally from, of course, what I've actually seen, the way the characters are, of course, designed, to, of course, the colorful backgrounds and scenery, and everything else from, of course, what I can gather, is actually done very, very well. And I really do love on how much hard-working effort they did to, of course, make it excuse me. So, yeah, I really do love the amount of hard-working effort they actually put into, of course, making the animation actually very incredible for sure. Yeah, I think it really does feel like that I'm really in on, of course, what goes on for sure, and it's actually pretty much all the more incredible from, of course, what I've actually seen. So yeah, quite literally, pretty much, if anything, the animation really is the best part in this movie for sure, and I really do admire that for sure. And of course, on top of all of that, I also really do love the amount of pretty much another thing that they really did put a lot of hard-working effort into, of course, this one. Like, of course, the action is, of course, brilliantly well done. I really love on, of course, on how well it's actually done, and plus pretty much a few bits of visuals and effects to help commemorate with, of course, Ladybug and Cat Noir's powers for sure. And that's just to name a few for sure. Actually is really, really incredible, and I think they really did a fine job with, of course, what they've actually done for sure. And yeah, I mean that too. It really is something to behold, and I do think it is actually very well done, in my opinion. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say for, of course, those aspects for sure. And plus, pretty much of anything, since this movie is indeed a musical for sure, I think, if anything, the music and the songs, honestly, to me, they're not Grammy-winning material for sure, but I do think they are actually really good for sure. It really does help connect well with, of course, what goes on throughout the course of this movie, and yeah, pretty much help correspond with, of course, pretty much everything else that's going on, whether it be pretty much a few bits and pieces of the story, to, of course, help understand the characters a whole lot more for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I could say for, of course, pretty much on that front. And if that being the case, I might actually consider picking up the soundtrack to, of course, this movie, because yeah, it is actually really that good, in my opinion, and it really does pretty much work well to the film's advantage for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I could say for, of course, that aspect, and of course, the direction of, course, this film. I mean, yeah, I mean, if anything, I do know the people who actually worked on the show really did give it all they've got, and of course, Jeremy Zag, yeah, I think that's probably how you pronounce it, Jeremy Zag, honestly, to me, he actually does do a lot of hard work, putting a lot of effort in, of course, making the show all the more gripping for sure. And honestly, to me, I can definitely see that with his direction and, of course, this movie for sure. Yeah, I think he really did put a lot of hard work to, of course, actually making this movie all the more great. And I think he did a fine job, pretty much, with the film's direction for sure. So yeah, and of course I really do love the incredible camera shots they brought in for, of course, pretty much the film's cinematography, which is actually really incredible for sure. And yeah, literally with every single sweeping camera shot they decide to throw in, it actually, again, really does work well to the film's advantage, and I really do admire that for, of course, what it's actually trying to do. So yeah, and of course for the film's editing, honestly, to me, I think maybe pretty much a few major edits here and there is probably massively weak for sure. Like pretty much from, of course, what I've actually seen, I do think this film could have been edited a whole lot more to actually showcase, of course, what we actually could see. And of course, there are a few quick cuts here and there that did kind of distract me a bit for sure. And I think it could have been touched up a whole lot more to actually either make the film go a little bit longer or maybe a little bit shorter for sure. But hey, I think it's pretty much what I could say for, of course, that front. But I guess if anything, most importantly, with everything that I've actually said, I really do admire the nice callbacks on how, and of course, how well they actually wanted to pretty much recapture the magic of course, the show this movie is based on. And I think this movie actually did a fine job at that. Yeah, it's not great by all means, but I still think it is fine nonetheless. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I think that's everything that I need to talk about with, of course, this movie, so yeah, overall, Miraculous, Ladybug, and Cat Noir, the movie, I mean, it's not awful by all means, but I will admit, it does come close to, actually, being, pretty good, nonetheless, which, actually, yeah, honestly, I think that's the perfect way to describe this movie for sure. I guess if anything, it does try its best to, of course, recapture the magic of course, the show that this movie is based on for sure. But I guess with a few massive hiccups that got in the way of all things, it can actually be very, very distracting for sure, and I think maybe, I guess, some things could have been fixed up a whole lot more, but hey, I'm sure they did the best that they could for sure, which, yeah, did result in, of course, this movie being pretty much a fine one nonetheless for sure. So yeah, I don't necessarily think it's a terrible movie by all means, but it does come close to actually being pretty good for sure. And hey, I'm pretty sure that there are some hardcore Miraculous Ladybug fans out there that would probably enjoy this movie more than I do, and that's perfectly fine for sure. In fact, I know I have seen plenty of movies based on TV shows that I've actually seen over the years and actually enjoyed for sure, because I actually have a stronger connection with, of course, all these shows for sure. So I guess for the case of Miraculous Ladybug, I do like the show as it is, and I don't think this movie would do anything to hurt its popularity for sure. But hey, maybe I guess with a few reworkings here and there, we could have gotten a much more solid flick, hands down. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's probably the best way you can describe this movie. Not terrible by all means, but does come close to actually being good nonetheless. And hey, I still think it is well worth checking out for sure. For this being, well, a fine flick nonetheless. So yeah, for my final score, yeah, I'll definitely be fair on, of course, this one, and I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 for me. So yeah, not really terrible by all means, but yeah, it actually does come close to actually being a pretty good one for sure. So yeah, and of course that is probably the best way I can describe this movie overall. But if you actually do want to experience it for yourself, then by all means go ahead and do so. It's currently up on Netflix as of now, so yeah, if you got the time, definitely check this movie out. So yeah. So yeah, I think you're guaranteed to, of course, get yourself, well, not really a terrible experience nonetheless, but of course a pretty fine one for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and by all means, what do you think of this movie? Do you actually really enjoyed it and really does capture on what you expect for a Miraculous Ladybug movie, or do you absolutely hate it and it's an absolute disgrace to the show itself? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's pretty much a fine movie for sure? I would definitely love to know on what you guys think, so by all means, let me know what you think of this movie in the comment section below, so yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and don't worry about a thing, I'm promising, of course, the next one, I'll be sure to, of course, see the newest one that's already out in theaters for sure, so yeah, whichever one I'll probably go for, I will let you guys know on what I thought about all those for sure. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and showing support to me on both of my wish lists on Amazon and Right Stuff Anime, and even supporting me with my link on Streamlabs that you can find on my Twitch page. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.